Somalia named as world's most corrupt country, Denmark the least, while US is one to watch.
Here's a summary of the article.
Somalia is the most corrupt in the world, Denmark the least, while America's falling score is a red flag, according to a global corruption watchdog. Trump's America lost 4 points and dropped out of the top 20 least corrupt nations for the first time since 2011, while Hungary's politics has taken on more autocratic overtones, according to the researchers. Somalia was rated the most corrupt with a score of 10, followed by Syria, South Sudan, Yemen, North Korea, Sudan, Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea, Afghanistan and Libya. The Corruption Perceptions Index showed more than two-thirds of countries scoring below 50, on its scale where 100 is very clean and 0 is very corrupt. The U.S. score dropped from 75 to a below-average 71. It noted that Hungary dropped 8 points and Turkey 9 over the past 5 years, to scores of 46 and 41, respectively. Overall, Denmark led the survey as the least corrupt nation, with a score of 88, followed by New Zealand, Finland, Singapore, Sweden and Switzerland. Since 2012, only 20 nations had significantly improved their scores, including Argentina and Ivory Coast, which scored 40 and 35 respectively, up from 35 and 29. At the same time, 16 have declined significantly in that time, including Australia, which slipped from a score of 85 to 77, and Chile, which dropped from 72 to 67. The index is calculated using 13 different data sources that provide perceptions of public sector corruption from business people and country experts.
This post received a score of 8,407, with an upvote ratio of 91%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than the US, Hungary and Brazil were all listed as countries to watch. Brazil had a major corruption scandal just 5 years ago, implicating the 2 previous presidents. I'd say that makes to watch an understatement.
They're also 82 spots below the US, in the ranking.
Yeah, the way this is worded makes it sound like they're closely ranked.
You should have seen people tearing this article apart when it was posted in our news earlier. The methodology isn't listed as to how they put together the list. It just states that they don't poll the general public. It's entirely an opinion poll.
Probably using expert opinion. They do this with other studies and the headlines always make it sound like some legitimate study when it's more of like a collective opinion piece that's super biased. This above survey cites, no joke, the US as the 10th most dangerous country for women in the world, alongside Afghanistan, war-torn Syria, and Saudi Arabia. These surveys are complete fucking garbage and any articles that aren't highly critical of their methodology are fucking embarrassments to the field of journalism.
My favorite example of corruption at the highest level in the U.S. is Congressman John Boehner RO distributing checks from Big Tobacco on the House floor during the vote on a $49 million subsidy to tobacco companies, on video.
How absolutely blatant. Can you imagine what's not televised?
For non-Americans, can you explain what he did exactly? Money laundering, accepting bribes?
Essentially handing out bribes to the House of Reps from Big Tobacco while they were in the process of voting on a bill that would give millions of dollars to big tobacco companies.
OFC, those aren't bribes. Bribes are illegal. I have no doubt those payments were in some messed up way legal. Presumably BC the Big Core heavily influenced the laws. So I'm wondering what mechanism allowed this so it can be removed? Something to do with campaign contributions, perhaps from a friendly pack where a tobacco company is a big member?
From my understanding, bribes like these often come in the form of campaign donations for these officials. So, Big Tobacco gives you a sizable check to support your next election campaign, and it totally has nothing to do with the bills their lobbyists are trying to pass. I could be wrong though, perhaps this was a different situation. I know that that's often how it circumvents the law. If you can prove a quid pro quo, it is illegal.
A quid pro quo is basically impossible to prove here, though you'd have to be an idiot to not think that's exactly what's happening though. Gee willikers, the guy the first just gave $500,000 to just voted to pass a bill that would make my corporations tens of millions of dollars. What a bizarre coincidence.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by SMMRY.com, without any human intervention.